tous, bienvenue sur Schola Militarum. Je suis Nicéphore et aujourd'hui nous nous retrouvons sur le jeu vidéo Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter. Nous avons eu dernièrement une défaite catastrophique, on n'a pas pu accomplir la mission, on n'a pas pu sauver le convoi, on a sauvé peu de marins, on a percuté des navires alliés. On a eu une défaite catastrophique, mais néanmoins, je pense qu'on n'est pas décédé, on n'a pas disparu. Donc nous allons continuer notre campagne et voir un peu si on peut améliorer nos résultats.
Our convoys are growing steadily, but it's still just a handful of merchants. Seems like the Germans are sinking them almost as fast as we can build new ones. But there is a silver lining. We have been assigned an additional escort.
Finally, the U-boats will still outnumber us, but with 3 ships in the screen, we can at least begin to mount a more adequate defense. And what do we know about enemy activity?
Not a lot of boats have been making daily position reports recently. The 2 convoys ahead of us report little activity.
What do the orders say about air support?
Unfortunately, there won't be much, if any, air support for us this time. What I'm worried about is the weather. It has been pretty sketchy so far this month. Let's just hope it doesn't affect us too badly.
That could be good for us, Captain. It will be more difficult for the sub's lookouts to spot our convoy against a dark, rainy sky. All things considered, we are as prepared as we can be for another Atlantic crossing. May God be with us.
Bien.
Jansen has returned to sea, but her true element is combat. She is a warship, and that is this destroyer's very essence. She was made for hostile waters with lurking subs, and she has a crew that is a match for such perils. We are tasked with escorting another convoy across the North Atlantic. I do not know when and where the enemy will engage us, but almost certainly they will. The XO and I will ensure that the crew is ready at all times for whatever unfolds. Our orders are to meet with the Canadians at St. John. I may opt to pull seniority if we don't get a side pier side. This one will be a small convoy again, but at least we have more ships in the screen now and we can press with our coordinated attacks. This method seems very effective when performed well, but requires good teamwork. I just hope we are learning faster than the Germans. The weather has been deteriorating for some time now. If it were not for the essential war cargo, any sensible mariner would wait out these storms in port. But we have our orders to set sail regardless of the weather. We're on our own this trip. I was told not to expect any air support at all. The French underground reported that a lot of U-boats are in port. If their sources are correct, we should take advantage of that and make maximum speed. Let's just hope we don't run into an ambush.
Donc là on va espérer que cette prochaine mission va avoir un peu plus de succès que la dernière fois. Donc de toute façon, pour moi, tant que je ne suis pas coulé, tant que mon navire n'est pas coulé, je continue la campagne même si je perds. Voilà. Comme ça. Hein.
All escorts, the convoy has fallen out of formation. Escorts maneuver to protect the ships closest to you.
Roger, Bloodhound out.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 139er. Range 6.
Bridge
Okay.
combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 139. Range 6,800 yards. I designate contact able. Time 5:43.
Donc là, on a...
Contact Able, now bears 1, forward 0, range 6,600 yards. Mountie reporting.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged.
Donc là, avec Mountie et...
Contact Able, now bears 1, forward 0, range 6,300 yards.
Donc là, avec Mountie, contre Abel, on devrait pouvoir avoir des résultats. J'espère que ce seront des résultats rapides. Des résultats concluants.
Contact Able, now bears 1, forward 0, range 6,000 yards. 0, course 1, 4, 0. Aye, sir.
Donc là, je vais pas pouvoir... Enfin là, je vais enregistrer là pour la caméra et donc je vais mettre là mes vidéos YouTube là quand j'en aurai
Contact
l'occasion.
Able, now bears 1, 3, 9er, range 5,500 yards. 9, aye, sir.
Donc je vais mettre les vidéos sur YouTube quand j'en aurai l'occasion. Là, je continue parce que j'ai l'impression que ça coule. Et là, je croyais pouvoir enregistrer la partie...
Contact Able, now bears 1, 3, 8, range 5,000 yards. 1, 3, 8, aye, sir.
Là, je croyais pouvoir enregistrer la partie comme dans une partie normale. Comme dans une partie normale, hein, c'est-à-dire j'enregistre, mais là je peux pas enregistrer, donc là
Contact
je dois
Able,
faire...
now bears 1, 3, 7, range 4,400
Bridge,
yards.
starboard lookout, merchant ship, CBDR, bearing 2, 3, 0. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Je vois rien à l'horizon, qu'est-ce qu'il raconte lui?
Contact
Oh, yeah.
Able, now bears 1, 3, 6, range 3,900 yards. 1, 3, 6, course 1, 3, 6. Aye, sir. Ready depth charges, shallow pattern.
Là il n'y a rien à l'horizon, donc je peux œuvrer en paix.
Contact Able, now bears 1, 3, 5, range 3,600 yards. 1, 3, 5, aye, sir.
Donc là, ce que j'espère, c'est avoir plus de succès avec cette mission-là, c'est-à-dire réussir à couler
Bridge,
ce
starboard
sous-marin.
lookout, merchant ship, CBDR, bearing 2, 5, 9. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Contact Able, now bears 1, 3, 5, range 3,200 yards. 1, 3, 5, course 1, 3, 5. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Contact Able, now bears 1, 3, 3, range 2,900 yards.
Alors, faut faire gaffe au bateau parce que on peut entrer en collision avec ça. C'est ce qui s'est passé lors de ma dernière mission. Voilà. Comme si les navires pouvaient pas faire attention, quoi. Enfin, bref, c'est...
Contact Able, now bears 1, 3, 0, range 2,500 yards. 0, aye, sir.
Ah. Il y en a déjà un qui s'est fait...
Rising Star has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Contact Able, now bears 1, 2, 8, range 1,900 yards. 1, 2, 8, aye, sir.
Ben... Si on perd, on va essayer de sauver là l'équipage là des...
Contact Able, now bears 1, 2, 5, range 1,400 yards. 5, aye, sir.
Là,
We've
là,
lost Rising Star. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
là, je pense que Able, le sous-marin, que s'il a réussi à couler des navires comme
Contact.
ça,
Able. Now bears 1, 2, 1. Range 800 yards.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object, 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing, 1, 1, 9. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
1, 9. Aye, sir.
donc c'est un périscope, la profondeur du sous-marin, elle est petite. Hein, je joue à Salamander 3, donc je sais exactement.
Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 1, 2, 1. Last range 700 yards. Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 0, 9er, 4. Range 2,900 yards.
Bridge, combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 094. Range 2,900 yards. I designate contact Baker. Time 5:49.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object, 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing, 0, 8, 1. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 0, 3, 5. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 3, 5, 8. Last range 100 yards.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Mountie engaging.
5, 8. Aye, sir.
Donc là, on va essayer de, en attendant qu'Able réapparaisse, on va essayer. Donc Antler,
Handler reporting.
est-ce qu'il peut...
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to new station.
Roger. Handler maneuvering to new station.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to assigned station.
Roger. Handler maneuvering to assigned station. 4-0. Course 2-4-0.
Aye, sir.
Donc là, en attendant qu'on retrouve Able, on va essayer de sauver quelques marins là-dedans. Donc là, hein, vous voyez, j'ai mis peu de sous-marins et comment ça s'appelle là, les charges exagérées, ben hein, c'est toujours aussi dur. Hein. C'est toujours aussi dur d'avoir un sous-marin, je vois pas trop la différence perso. Je suis pas aussi expérimenté que, comment il s'appelle là, que Wolfpack, hein. Mais bon, je m'améliore, j'essaye de travailler quoi. Avec ce brouillard, c'est difficile de voir les naufragés.
Stand by to fire.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Able. Bearing 0-5-2. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 0-5-2. Last range 100 yards.
Bon. Sans conviction.
Fire 1.
On fait un tir de
Fire
sommation.
2. Ready depth chart. Fire 3. Shallow pattern.
Bon. Il est où là mon tactique là? Donc là, on va faire au 150.
New course.
Le but étant,
1-5-0. Course 1-5-0.
Aye, sir.
le but étant de sauver des gens.
Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 044. Range 700 yards. New course 044. Course 044.
Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 017. Range 800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 012. Range 800 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Rising Star, bearing 278, range 5,300 yards. From guide.
Roger. Antler searching. Rising Star. Position. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 348. Range 700 yards. Wake on right cut.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 340. Appears to be periscope feather.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 340. Range 8,400 yards.
Bridge, combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 340. Range 8,400 yards. I designate contact. Charlie. Time 5:55.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 320. Range 500 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 317. Range 400 yards.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 315. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 315. Range 300 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Ouais, celui-là, on est shallow.
Fire 1. Combat sonar. Fire contact. 2. Baker. Last bearing 3. Fire 3. 5. Last range 300 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 095. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. New course 095. Course 095.
Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 121. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Donc là, je ne savais pas qu'on pouvait demander aux escorts, donc Antler, Mountie, d'aller prendre les survivants à notre place. Ça aussi, je ne le savais pas.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 146. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 146. Course 146.
Aye, sir.
Donc on va prendre Baker en chasse.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 178. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 178. Course 178.
Aye, sir.
Antler
Antler,
reporting.
this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging. Antler reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Rising Star, bearing
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 269. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Roger. Antler searching. Rising Star. Position for survivors. Bearing 278. Range 3,300 yards from guide. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Baker. Bearing 345. Range 300 yards. 5. Course
On tire de
3,
Baker,
4,
là.
5.
Bridge, poor lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 246. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler regained contact. Able. Bearing 217. Range 1,900 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler lost contact. Able. Last known at bearing 214. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound. Surface radar has regained contact. Able. Bearing 213. Range 1,800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 029. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
029. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 036. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth shallow. 36.
Course
036.
Aye, sir.
Antler, reporting. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 040. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 042. Range 500 yards. Wake on left cut.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Able.
Roger. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 044. Appears to be periscope feather.
Là, il faut pas lâcher Baker, là.
Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 045. Range 400 yards. Bearing steady.
Aye, sir.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 045. Appears to be periscope feather.
All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
All engine combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 042. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth shallow. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 211. Last range 2,300 yards.
Là, on tourne en rond, je vois rien.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Fire 1. Last bearing 028. Fire 2. Last range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Fire 3. Contact. Baker. Bearing 275. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 275. Last range 100 yards.
Bridge, poor lookout. Oil slick. Bearing 236.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 228. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
2-8. Aye, sir.
Mountie reporting. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 199. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Able, bearing 210. Range 4,000 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Able, last known at bearing 209. Range 3,900 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 175. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Take new station in convoy screen.
Roger. Mountie taking station.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound.
Bridge,
Proceed
poor
to
lookout.
engage.
Warship, CBDR. Bearing 140. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 162. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound. Roger. Mountie engaging.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Rising Star, bearing 234, range 1,700 yards from guide.
Roger. Antler. Bloodhound, this is
Sinon, j'ai pas envie
Mountie.
de me-
Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 320. Range from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Able. Sonar reports sound of a sinking submarine.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
All escorts. Contact Able has most likely been sunk by Antler. Well done.
Ah,
Antler,
éclair.
report. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 349. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged.
Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Baker, bearing 023. Range 300 yards.
0-2-3. Aye, sir.
Donc là en tactique, contact, il y a Charlie. Donc là, Antler va... Non, il va pas arriver à temps.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 0, 8, 0. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting right.
0, 8, 0. Aye, sir.
Donc, vous
Bridge,
notez.
starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 0, 7, 5.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Charlie.
Roger. Mountie engaging contact. Charlie.
Antler, reporting.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 1, 3, 7. Range 400 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Engage contact. Baker.
Roger. Antler engaging contact. Baker.
Ah,
Ready depth
regardez.
charges. Medium pattern.
Donc là, on est sur Baker en ce moment.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 1, 9, 1. Range 300 yards. Strong propeller noise. 1. Aye, sir. All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Attention.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 2, 4, 6. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Aye, sir.
C'est bon, j'ai mis sur medium.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead, standard.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 3, 4, 0. Range 100 yards. Fire 1. Estimated depth medium. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Fire 2. Last bearing 3, 4, 0. Fire. Last range 100 yards.
Donc là, donc à la tactique. là,
Saginaw Empress is sinking.
donc là, Antler.
Antler reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Rising Star, bearing 353, range 900 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Baker, bearing 105. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound. Roger. Antler searching. Rising Star. Position for survivors. Bearing 353. Range 900 yards from guide.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 0, 5.
We've lost Saginaw Empress. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 131. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 1, 3, 1. Aye, sir.
Donc là,
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 146. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
6. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Aye, sir.
donc là, on va attaquer Baker sur la carte tactique.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 161. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
6,
Là,
1.
on
Course
attaque
1,
Baker.
6, 1. Aye,
Qui
sir.
attaque Charlie.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 180.
New course 180. Course
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 161. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 161. Aye, sir. Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 148. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 141. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
1. Aye, sir.
Attention.
All engines ahead 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 018, range 100 yards from Bloodhound. Antler picking up survivors from Rising Star.
Donc là, on va voir l'attaque. Ah, machin.
Antler finished picking up survivors from Rising Star. Bloodhound,
Parfait.
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 340, range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Baker.
Roger. Antler engaging contact. Baker.
Course 340. Aye, sir.
Donc là, on remet.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 311, range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Baker. Bearing 304. Range 300 yards. Course 304. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Able
Combat
a été
sonar.
coulé.
Contact.
Donc maintenant,
Baker.
c'est Baker.
Now bears 268. Range 200 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
6, 8. Aye, sir. Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 297.
Combat
Attention.
sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 162. Range. Fire 100 yards. Wake on right cut. Fire 2. Fire 3. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 091. Range 400 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
091. Aye, sir.
Donc là, venant de la tactique, là je demande à Antler
Antler,
de
reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Attack contact. Baker.
Roger. Antler attacking contact. Baker.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 047. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting left.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Charlie.
Roger. Mountie engaging contact. Charlie.
vaut mieux couler du sous-marin plutôt que de sauver des gens, quoi.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 003. Range 400 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 354. Range 400 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 336. Range 400 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
6. Aye, sir.
Donc là, on va attaquer Baker. Je préfère plutôt
Combat
m'aider
sonar.
dans...
Contact. Baker. Now bears 295. Range 300 yards. Combat sonar.
Ah,
Contact.
attention.
Baker. Now bears 286. Range 200 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
286. Aye, sir.
Fire 1. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 2. Fire 3. 6. Last range 100 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 122. Range 100 yards
Et là, je
from
vais toucher.
Bloodhound.
Bridge, port lookout. Oil slick. Bearing 105.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Baker, last known at bearing 100. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 286.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Non, il n'y a que tact radar. Ah, nous avons coulé un sous-marin. Youpi, on est super content. Enfin, sous-marin collé. Nous n'y croyons plus. Donc, là, il manque plus qu'à faire Charlie.
Antler,
Antler
reporting.
va aller ici.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to new station.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to new station.
All escorts. Contact Baker has most likely been sunk by Bloodhound. Well done.
310.
Lost contact. Charlie, last bearing 315. Last range 5,700 yards.
Bridge, poor lookout, floating debris. Bearing 0, 4, 7.
Donc là, nous avons coulé Baker. Là, maintenant, on a perdu Charlie en contact. Donc là, nous allons continuer. Je pense pas qu'il y aura un delta. On peut...
Bridge, poor lookout, oil slick. Bearing 3, 0, 3.
Bon, là, je pense que c'était les restes de Baker. Donc là, nous allons mettre le cap au 310. Le standard. Et moi, il y a une idée.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 316. Range 6,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Bearing 178. Range 1,700 yards from guide.
Roger. Mountie searching. Saginaw Empress. Position for survivors. Bearing 178. Range 1,700 yards from guide.
Donc là, on va sauver des marins. Donc Mountie va sauver des marins ici. Et Antler et moi, et Bloodhunt, moi. Donc nous allons attaquer Charlie. Le dernier sous-marin qui est là.
Antler, reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging.
Mountie reporting.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to new station.
Roger. Mountie maneuvering to new station. Mountie reporting.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Bearing 180. Range 1,200 yards from guide.
Roger. Mountie searching. Saginaw Empress. Position for survivors. Bearing 180. Range 1,200 yards from guide.
New course 318. Course 318. Aye, sir.
Donc là, Charlie n'a pas encore été repéré, c'est normal. Donc là, je suis obligé de mettre standard, hein, parce que sinon j'entendrai rien et je verrai rien.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie. Last known at bearing 320. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 320. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie. Last known at bearing 320. Range 4,600 yards from Bloodhound.
Donc là, Mountie.
Mountie reporting.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Bearing 182. Range 500 yards from guide.
Roger. Mountie searching. Saginaw Empress. Position for survivors. Bearing 182. Range 500 yards from guide.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to station. Bearing 072. Range 8,400 yards. From guide.
Roger. Mountie, maneuvering to station. Bearing 072. Range 8,400 yards. From guide.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Bearing 182. Range 400 yards. From guide.
Roger. Mountie searching. Saginaw Empress. Position for survivors. Bearing 182. Range 400 yards. From guide.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging.
Donc comme ça, Mountie va retrouver les survivants du Saginaw Empress. Et
Mountie picking
Antler,
up survivors from Saginaw Empress.
parfait, on va pouvoir être 3 à chasser Charlie. Et Antler va arriver sur Charlie. Nous on va essayer de couper le pas de Charlie au cap 3-0.
Mountie finish picking up survivors from Saginaw Empress.
Excellent.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged.
Donc là, on va être 3 sur 4-3-0. Mountie et Antler vont attaquer Charlie. Moi, je vais essayer de couper la route au 3-0. Et dès qu'il y a des nouvelles, nous allons attaquer Charlie. Voilà. Là, j'aime bien quand ça se déroule comme ça, mais comme vous avez vu dans la première vidéo, tant qu'on n'a pas coulé le dernier sous-marin, ça peut tourner comme ça pendant des heures. Hein, vous voyez. Et là, je ferai pas la même erreur, c'est-à-dire, je vais arrêter la vidéo quand j'aurai la note, mais pas quand je recommence une nouvelle cinématique, vous voyez. Voilà, voilà. Ouais. Bah, je vois pas trop la différence entre une campagne normale avec la difficulté réaliste, c'est-à-dire c'est très dur de couler un sous-marin et avoir beaucoup de sous-marins, et la difficulté que j'ai choisie, c'est-à-dire couler une quantité de sous-marins moyenne et une explosion de depth charges exagérée qui permet de couler plus facilement à U-boat. Je vois pas trop la différence personnellement. Mais bon, j'espère que ça me permettra d'avancer vite dans ma campagne, hein, de façon à montrer plus de choses, finir la campagne assez vite, vous montrer plus de choses. Comme je disais dans ma vidéo précédente, excusez-moi si je me répète un peu, en décembre prochain, je prévois de m'acheter Rise of Light et Stormovic avec le joystick qui va
This is
avec.
Antler. Antler regained contact. Charlie, bearing 296. Range 2,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 296. Aye, sir.
Donc je vais prendre Rise of Light, Stormovic et un joystick pour faire des jeux d'avion, hein, faire des carrières. Hein,
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 290. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Donc là, je disais, je vais à Noël donc faire des vidéos découvertes sur Rise of Light et Stormovic.
Bloodhound,
Donc j'ai
this is
déjà
Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 292. Range 1,400 yards from Bloodhound.
donc je vais acheter Rise of Light, Stormovic, un joystick. Et nous allons faire en décembre une vidéo découverte sur Rise of Light et Stormovic, c'est-à-dire faire des premières missions de dogfight, abattre des avions ennemis, et avant de faire...
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 295. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
95. Aye, sir.
Donc nous allons faire une vidéo découverte avec des dogfights, hein, abattre des avions ennemis, puis ensuite nous allons faire le didacticiel, hein, c'est-à-dire apprendre à voler, apprendre à
Bloodhound, this is
descendre des
Antler.
cibles.
Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 301. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 3. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Donc nous allons, dans ce tutoriel, détruire des cibles au sol, détruire des cibles en vol, des
Bloodhound,
ballons,
this is
etc.
Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 312. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 3. Appears to be. Periscope feather. 1, 2. Aye, sir.
Attention.
Bloodhound,
Sure.
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing fire 246. Range 100 yards.
Fire
Bloodhound.
3-6. Course 0-4-6. Aye, sir. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 122. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 1, 2, 2. Aye, sir.
Nous allons avoir Charlie. Et puis après, donc au mois de
Bridge,
décembre,
starboard lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 1, 2, 5. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 164. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 179. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 188. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
188. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
je mets au propre.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 197. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
9, 7. Aye, sir.
Donc il ne manque plus que Charlie.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 020. Range 30 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie, last bearing 020. Last range fire 2. 30 yards. Fire 3. Ready depth charges. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 012. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Là déjà,
Bridge, port lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 059. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 342. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
4, 2. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
ah oui, je
Bloodhound,
disais que-
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 328. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, port lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 326. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Voilà, nous allons couler
Bloodhound,
Charlie.
this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 306. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Attention.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 136. Range 30 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Fire Charlie. Last bearing 13. Fire 2. Last range 30 yards. Fire 3.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 107. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
New course 107. Course 107. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 076. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Tiens, ils me disent plus estimated shallow, estimated depth shallow ou truc comme ça.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 047. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 037. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 034. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Attention.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Charlie, bearing 037. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
037. Aye, sir.
Donc là, feu.
Fire 1. Fire 2 charges. Shallow pattern. Fire 3.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 206. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Oil slick bearing 2,
Ils
1,
ont touché
0.
Charlie apparemment.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
New course. 2, 1.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 230. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 2, 3, 8. Range 500 yards. Aye, sir.
Et là, c'est tellement passionnant qu'on se laisse absorber par le jeu, donc on peut y passer des heures comme ça à faire la carrière. Et je trouve par contre que la
Combat
carrière
sonar.
est...
Contact. Charlie, now bears 2, 7, 5. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth, medium. Ready depth charges, medium pattern.
Ouais. Là, ce qui est bien, c'est que
Combat
on se
sonar.
laisse
Contact.
transporter par
Charlie
le jeu.
now bears 3, 1, 7. Range 300 yards.
Ah,
Wake on
attention.
left cut. Combat sonar. Fire 1. Charlie now bears 0, 6. Fire 2. 5. Range 100 yards. Fire 3. Depth, medium. Aye, sir. Ready depth charges, medium pattern. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 1, 3, 3. Range 400 yards. Wake on left cut. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 1, 8, 1. Range 400 yards. Estimated depth, medium. Bridge, starboard lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 1, 6, 0. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Ça va.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 2, 2, 0. Range 300 yards. Contact increasing depth. All engines ahead standard. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 2, 4, 4. Range 100 yards. Bearings drifting right. Aye, sir.
Attention.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie 1. Last bearing. 270. Last range. Fire 200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 025. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Mais je crois que il peut être très
Bloodhound,
profond.
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 062. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 093. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 150. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 113. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 113. Aye, sir. Hard left rudder. Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 114. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
14. Aye, sir.
Là, je vais faire observation à la proue du bateau.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 107. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
07. Aye, sir.
Là, c'est bon, il est recherché dans son coin.
All engines ahead. 2/3. All engines ahead.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 066. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
066. Aye, sir.
Là, je m'y retrouve plus là. Donc là, je tire.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 309. Fire 2, 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern. All engines ahead standard. All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 280. Range 200 yards. 0. Course 280. Aye, sir.
Non, mais anti-protège le convoi. Mais avec un clair pour attaquer Charlie.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 249. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting left. 9. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 200. Range 400 yards. Contact decreasing depth. 0. Aye, sir.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 151. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 137. Range 300 yards. Bearings drifting left. Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris.
Ah,
Bearing 219. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 0, 5, 9. Range 300 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Là, je suis en train de faire une boucle ici, là.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 3, 5, 9. Range 300 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Ah,
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 2, 9, 4. Range 200 yards. Wake on right cut. Combat sonar. Contact. Fire Charlie. Now bears 1, 6. Fire 2. Range 200 yards. Wake on fire 3. New course 1, 6, 9. Course 1, 6, 9. Ready depth charges. Medium pattern. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 1, 2, 1. Range 500 yards. Wake on right cut. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 0, 8, 5. Range 600 yards. Bearing drifting left.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 0, 7, 6. Appears to be periscope feather. Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 2, 1, 0.
on a des débris.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 0, 5, 9. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 0, 5, 3. Appears to be periscope feather.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. All engines ahead 1/3. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 0, 4, 6. Range 200 yards. Contact increasing depth. Course 0, 4, 6. Aye, sir.
Attention.
All engines ahead 2/3.
All engines ahead 2/3. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fire 1. Charlie. Now bears 0, 1, 6. Range 30 yards. Bearing fire 2 left.
Bridge, poor lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 0,
Fire
0,
3.
9.
Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie. Last bearing 0, 1, 6. Last range 30 yards. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie. Bearing 2, 3, 7. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie. Last bearing 2, 3, 7. Last range 100 yards. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 240. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
4-0. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 263. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
2-6-3. Course 2-6-3. Aye, sir.
Antler, reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to assigned station.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to assigned station. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, Bearing 310. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
10. Course 310. Aye, sir.
Antler reporting. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 358. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Course
On tourne en rond.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 016. Range 500 yards.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 019. Appears to be periscope feather. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 051. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie, now bears 054. Range 300 yards. Estimated depth shallow. Aye, sir. Fire 1. Fire 2. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie, fire now bears 130. Range 200 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Ce qui est embêtant aussi, c'est que après ça devient du gribouillis et après on ne voit plus rien.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 222. Range 200 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Aye, sir.
Là, je pense qu'on va
Combat
avoir un
sonar.
panne.
Contact. Charlie now bears 300. Range 300 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 314. Range 300 yards. Wake on left cut.
Donc là, il faut que je pose ce sous-marin-là et que j'ai la note finale pour
Combat
finir la
sonar.
campagne. quoi.
Contact. Charlie now bears 020.
Finir la bataille.
Range 400 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 077. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 078. Range 300 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Aye, sir.
Mais tant que...
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 138. Range 300 yards. Bearings drifting right. Aye, sir.
Là, c'est ce genre de brouillon-là. C'est ce genre de brouillon-là qui pose problème quand on cherche du sous-marin. Et on peut pas mettre tout à zéro comme ça.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 206. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth shallow. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Fire 1. Charlie now bears 3-2. Fire 2. 5. Range 200 yards. Wake on left 3. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. New course. 325. Course 325. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie now bears 014. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Ah. Je vais demander à Antler d'attaquer
Antler,
Charlie.
reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Charlie.
Roger. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 048. Range 600 yards. Bearings drifting right.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 056. Appears to be periscope feather.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage.
Roger. Mountie engaging.
New course. 056. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 075. Range 500 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
Je mets tout le monde sur Charlie parce que sinon demain on y sera encore.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 095. Range 300 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
Feu.
Fire 1. Fire 2. Ready depth charges. Fire yellow pattern. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie. Last bearing 095. Last range 200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 278. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
278. Course 278. Aye, sir.
Là, je pourrais faire des... Comment ça s'appelle là le...
Bloodhound, this is Antler.
Des
Antler
lives.
now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 276. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 2.
Je pourrais faire des streams sur Twitch là avec ça, avec des vidéos de plus d'une heure, mais je déteste laisser un jeu comme ça, une bataille en plein déroulement, coupé pour une histoire de... parce que ça fait plus de 3/4 d'heure pour ça.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 245. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Je vais
Bloodhound,
pas,
this is Antler.
couper,
Antler now has
putain.
sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 203. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
03. Aye, sir.
Je vais pas couper comme ça une vidéo parce qu'elle est trop longue hein, quand même. Hein, donc désolé si c'est un peu long, mais j'ai pas trop le choix. Hein.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 102. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 097. Range 100 yards. 7. Course 097. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 029. Range 400 yards. Strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 346. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting right. 6. Aye, sir.
Mais là, je vois pas où est la progression de mon navire là.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 298. Range 100 yards. Strong propeller noise. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Fire 1. Charlie. Last bearing 29. Fire 2. Last range 100 yards. Fire 3. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Charlie, bearing 138. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Aye, sir.
Ouais, je déteste si c'est une bataille comme ça en plan parce que ça dure
Bloodhound,
1h15.
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 121. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Mais bon, ça me permettra aussi de vous montrer, chers viewers, chers abonnés, que une bataille sur Destroyer the Boat Hunter, ça peut durer plus d'1 heure. Hein, ça dépend de la vitesse avec laquelle vous coulez votre sous-marin.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 097. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
Aye, sir.
Donc là, ça fait un peu stream, hein, ça dure, je suis conscient que ça dure plus d'une demi-heure, 3/4 d'heure, mais ça dure même plus d'1 heure. Hein, j'ai largement dépassé ma limite de temps, mais j'ai pas le choix.
Bloodhound,
Hein,
this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 082. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
082. Aye, sir.
Alors, faire bouger un peu, tant mieux.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 078. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
7, 8. Aye, sir.
Fire 1. Fire 2. Fire 3. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
J'espère qu'Antler a coulé Charlie de façon à ce qu'on puisse comme ça finir la vidéo, qui est déjà extra longue. Je suis conscient que je suis conscient que c'est extra long la vidéo, mais j'ai pas le choix. Tant qu'on ne coule pas ce dernier contact, eh bien on peut tourner comme ça pendant des plombes. Donc c'est ça aussi le problème de ce jeu, et moi j'aime pas laisser comme ça en plan une bataille parce que ça dure trop longtemps, hein. C'est hein. Moi je suis comme ça, donc si vous voulez voir des batailles plus courtes, hein, vous savez où aller, chez Wolfpack, hein. Moi sur Schola Militarum, hein, bien, hein, sur Schola Militarum, et bien, hein, on prend notre temps, hein, on remplit la mission, hein, et puis quand on doit couper la vidéo, on coupe la vidéo, mais pas, je vais pas couper la vidéo comme ça là, même
Bloodhound,
après,
this
hein,
is Mountie.
1h19.
Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 256. Range 1,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Aye, sir.
Et puis je vais pas faire une vidéo partie 1, partie 2 aussi, hein. Là, j'ai déjà dépassé la dernière fois
Bloodhound,
sur la
this is
mission,
Mountie.
alors, hein.
Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 262. Range 1,600 yards from Bloodhound.
Ouais, je vais pas couper là la vidéo, hein, pour une question, parce que ça dure 1 heure, 1h30, 2 heures, hein, bon. Hein. Donc c'est un
Bloodhound,
live, hein.
this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 275. Range 1,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Ouais, je peux pas couper la vidéo comme ça, hein, ni même faire ça en 2 parties, c'est hors de question, donc, hein.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 281. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Vous faites comme si vous regardez 3 heures de... comment ça s'appelle là, de Greyhound. C'est tout.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 286. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie. Bearing 287. Range 700 yards. 7. Aye, sir.
Là, on est censé être 3 dessus. Ça devrait aller
Combat
plus vite que
sonar.
ça.
Contact. Charlie. Now bears 296. Range 300 yards. Bearings drifting right.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie. Unknown results.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. 1. Charlie. Last bearing 298. Fire 2. Last range 300 yards. Fire 3.
This is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 076. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 100. Appears to be periscope feather.
Ready depth charges. Shallow
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 109. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Floating debris. Bearing 099.
Et puis franchement, il a la peau dure sur
Bridge,
hein,
starboard
aussi, hein.
lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 132. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 139. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Torpedo bearing constant.
Ah,
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 154. Appears to be periscope feather. Bridge, port lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 113.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Charlie. Bearing 159. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
mais c'est un truc comme ça que je
Port
fais.
lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 068.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 154. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
New course. 145. Course 145. Aye, sir. All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead
Parce qu'il
1/3.
faut faire
Aye,
gaffe, on peut
sir.
se prendre des torpilles là-dedans.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 137. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
137. Aye, sir.
Ah, j'ai Mountie, j'ai Antler, on est 3 dessus. Devrait rien nous arriver. Ah ouais, c'était ça ce qui m'était arrivé là dans la...
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Charlie. Bearing 094. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Sergeant Sullivan has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Warship, CBDR. Bearing 117. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie. Bearing 324. Range 100 yards. New course. 324. Course 32. Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 292. Range 300 yards. Estimated depth medium.
We've lost Sergeant Sullivan. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Alors donc là, je vais faire... Au poste de combat, on recommence tout.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie.
Tactique.
Mountie made a death
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 280. Range 300 yards. Wake on right cut.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Sergeant Sullivan, bearing 220, range 1,400 yards, from guide.
Roger. Mountie searching. Sergeant Sullivan, position for survivors. Bearing 220.
Combat sonar. Contact. Charlie. Now bears 266. Range 300 yards. Bearings drifting left. 266. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Donc là, j'ai envoyé Mounty secourir
Combat sonar.
Les-
Contact. Charlie. Now bears 247. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting left. 247. Aye, sir.
On a retrouvé Charlie.
The enemy is retreating. All escorts, return to formation and resume sonar responsibility.
L'ennemi est en retraite. Mais la campagne, la bataille ne se termine que... Ah, voilà. Voilà. On a une mauvaise note. B, victoire mineure. Là, c'est bien là pour un jeu comme ça. B, perte subie par le convoi considérable, 3 navires perdus. Perte subie par les U-boats importante, 2 U-boats coulés. Les survivants sauvés, il y en a certains 72. Bon, ben, on va s'arrêter là. Hein. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Mettez le petit pouce bleu, le commentaire qui fait plaisir. Abonnez-vous. Nous nous retrouverons prochainement nous nous retrouverons pour une prochaine vidéo. D'ici là, portez-vous bien. Ciao à tous.